Your weaknesses are not permanent parts of who you are. You weren't born with a natural setting to delay your dreams. You weren't built to fear judgment or hesitate when it is time to move. These are not personality traits. They are active habits. Every single day, you make a silent choice to keep them alive because they feel safe. But there is a massive difference between being safe and being free. The moment you realize this, everything changes. You stop blaming your past. You stop waiting for a perfect moment to fix your life. You look at your daily choices with absolute clarity. Every single time you tolerate a weakness, you sign a contract to pay for it later. You pay with your potential. You pay with your peace. You pay with your freedom. This realization is not meant to make you feel bad. It is meant to set you free. It is the spark that forces you to stop negotiating with your comfort. If you are ready to stop carrying the weight of your old habits, subscribe to Shadow Code's self-improving channel right now. Today, we are looking at the exact blueprint to reclaim your power, clear your mental slate, and build an unshakable mind. The hidden mental tax. Have you ever wondered why you feel completely exhausted at the end of the day, even when you didn't get any actual work done? It is not a physical tiredness. It is mental drainage. Every weakness you tolerate acts like an open tab running in the background of your brain. Think of your mind like a high-performance computer. When you have too many programs running at the exact same time, the system slows down. It gets hot. It drains the battery. Your brain does the exact same thing. Procrastination, overthinking, worrying about judgment. These are all open tabs. Even if you are just sitting on the couch, your brain is actively working to keep those doubts alive. It takes an immense amount of daily energy to carry your weaknesses around. This is the hidden mental tax. And you are paying this tax every single hour of the day. You pay it when you wake up and stare at your phone instead of getting out of bed. You pay it when you hold back your opinion because you fear criticism. You pay it when you let a minor setback ruin your entire week. This constant drain leaves you with zero fuel to actually build your life. The realization is simple. You do not lack talent. You do not lack time. You are just letting background clutter run your battery down to zero. This clutter operates on the law of compound interest. Leaving one tab open for a single hour won't crash your system. Procrastinating for one afternoon won't ruin your career. But when you leave those tabs open for a week, a month, or a year, the weight accumulates. Your mind becomes heavy. Your focus becomes fractured. You begin to operate at a fraction of your true speed, wondering why every simple task feels like climbing a mountain. You aren't incapable. You are just overloaded. You cannot design a premium future when your mind is running on yesterday's unresolved garbage. To regain your strength, you must systematically close the tabs. Protect your mental energy like your life depends on it, because it does. The two timelines. To understand the true gravity of this, we must look at the cost of waiting. Sitting still is never free. It is the most expensive path you can choose. Imagine two distinct timelines stretching out over the next 5 years. In the first timeline, you change absolutely nothing. You continue to let your weaknesses make your decisions for you. When a challenge appears, you step back. When a project gets difficult, you leave it for tomorrow. You keep telling yourself that you will start next week, next month, or next year. Now, look at the version of you standing at the end of that 5-year road. They are heavy with regret. Stuck in the exact same spot, but with less time, less energy, and deeper doubt. They watched other people take the risks they were too afraid to face. They are living a life designed by comfort, not by choice. Now, look at the second timeline. In this timeline, you decide to confront your weaknesses today. You don't need to become perfect overnight. You simply decide that your habits no longer run your life. You show up when you are tired. You move even when your hands are shaking. At the end of this road stands a completely different person. Strong, capable, respected. They built a life of true freedom because they paid the price of discipline up front. Discipline costs pennies today. Regret costs a fortune tomorrow. Every single decision you make right now is a vote for one of these two futures. You are either building your strength or feeding your weakness. There is no middle ground. The 5-minute window. How do we actually close the tabs and choose the right path? You don't need a massive life overhaul. You don't need a sudden burst of motivation. You just need to master the 5-minute window. The 5-minute window is the brief space between an idea and your brain's hesitation. When you think about working, writing, or exercising, you have exactly 5 minutes to move. If you don't take action, your brain steps in to protect you. It starts negotiating. It tells you that you're too tired, or that you can just start tomorrow. Your brain is hardwired to seek comfort and avoid effort. It doesn't want you to grow, it wants you to stay safe. To defeat your weaknesses, you must bypass the negotiation entirely. The moment you feel the urge to improve, move your body. Open the document. Pick up the pen. Take the first step. You don't have to finish the whole project. You just have to win those first 5 minutes. Once you begin, momentum takes over. The friction fades, and the work becomes fluid. By winning these tiny daily battles, you slowly starve your weaknesses. You build the habit of immediate action. To make this victory permanent, you must learn to flip the friction. Friction is the resistance between you and an action. Right now, the friction to start working is incredibly high, while the friction to slip into comfort is 0. Your phone is right next to your hand. Your bed is right behind you. You have made your weaknesses effortless to access, and your strengths difficult to reach. True discipline means reversing this setup. Hide the distractions. Clear your workspace the night before. Make the path to your work so smooth that your brain doesn't even have time to hesitate. You prove that you are in control. The world is full of distractions designed to keep you passive and waiting. But you now see the truth. Your weaknesses are not permanent. They are simply debts you have been paying with your potential. It is time to stop paying the tax. Close the background tabs. Choose the timeline of growth. Win your 5-minute window. Your future self is waiting for you to make the move.